Hi everybody, I'm hoping this is working. This is the first video I've done live by myself, but for those that don't know me, I'm Johanna Basford and I make colouring books for grown-ups, and my new book that I'm going to share with you today is Lost Ocean. So we're going to do a flip through. It's not Lost Ocean, it's Magical Jungle. I'm staring at a picture of Lost Ocean on the wall, that's why I said that. It's Magical Jungle. It's definitely Magical Jungle. So we're going to do a flip through of Magical Jungle, which is a page by page going through and showing you all the artwork so you can see what to expect when you get your book. So if you're a big fan of surprises and you don't want to see, look away now. Or maybe look away but still listen, because then you can start imagining what's happening. Oh, you're all popping up. Wow, hi. This is very odd for me. It's very interactive. Okay, so we'll go for it. I'm actually going to do this sitting on the floor because that's the way I think I'll get the book closest to you. So excuse me. Right, here we go. Magical Jungle. So as you can see, the cover has the nice shiny gold that we're all used to, and my new logo, which I love very much. And then when we open the page, we've got a big long double page spread here. This is repeated on the back, and the same flaps that we usually have. So these ones I printed white on black. So some people do some really cool gel pen stuff on this page I've seen before, or this is a great place to use your white colouring pencils, because let's face it, nobody really knows when to use them. So that's the first page, and then we call this page the title page. So there's this nice sphere, well, ring I suppose, of jungle foliage with a few little bits hidden. Okay, can we all see? Just checking that there's no comments that you can't see. Yeah, fine. It's 5 o'clock here and I was worried it might be getting a bit dark, but it's alright. So this is the imprint page. It has all the technical information, so it'll tell you where your book's published, those kind of things. So this is an American one, so it's published by Penguin. And then we get on to the good stuff. So here we go. This is your This Book Belongs To page, with a couple of really pretty hummingbirds. Loved drawing them. So this is where you can write your name, either in your normal handwriting, or you could do leafy botanical writing like my tutorial. I'll pop a link to that underneath the Facebook post of this video. And here we go. So these are all the things that are hidden in the book. It's another treasure trail with all the animals being hidden. Loads of things to find. I think this is my favourite one. A jungle nymph. Google them, they're mental. Really crazy looking. And here's the introduction. We've included a few little tips for colouring here. These are just things that I guess I've learned along the way. So when I started off on this colouring book journey, we weren't really too sure, you know, of the specifics, like what was going to work best, and I've learned a lot along the way, so we're sharing these things here just now. I think the most important one is this one. Don't worry if you go over the lines. I do it all the time. And maybe second most important, share your masterpieces. So here we go. This is the first double page spread. So I know you really like the double page spreads, so I've tried to put as many as possible into this book. And I've also tried to keep the area down the spine clear so that you don't need to worry about getting into all those little nooks and crannies. Here's the first page. I'm not going to point out all the animals because otherwise it just defeats the purpose. But this is the page with the little, well yeah, with the waterfall on it. I'm having to peek around the corner here. And another page here with the river flowing from the waterfall along the bottom there. And a not very well hidden elephant. My friend Lizzie is elephant mad. She will like this page. Next up, here's a little tree growing out of a book. So when I was working on this book, it was of course when the launch of Jungle Book was happening, and this is a page inspired by that. Lots of little things hidden in the branches of the tree. A sphere of foliage, some really pretty tropical flowers. Had great fun researching all them. There's things hidden in every page. And yeah, I tried to do a good mix of botanicals and foliage because I know it can sometimes be a bit leaf heavy, but you know, it's a jungle, it's going to be leafy. Here we go, 2 little tropical birds. This page is kind of a bit, I suppose, a little bit whimsical, maybe like a magical dwelling that you might find in the magical jungle. And I like the idea that these 2 hummingbirds are pulling back the garlands to reveal them. This page is a double page spread. It's kind of what I hear some people calling a ribbon design. So when you look up close, there's some foliage, and it sort of all tangles in together. This one does, you know, meet in the middle because it's one string, but there's no really detailed bits in the middle. And then along, some little people hidden in there. Ding. More foliage and some really beautiful botanical blossoms. And I love these like little creeper vines that you get in the jungle. I saw so many beautiful images of them online, and I saw some in the botanical gardens. And I love these pages. So it's not too intricate, so you can still do loads of blending and things, but also the white space top and bottom means if you want to do like a really cool blended background, or even draw in some of your own creations, there's plenty of space for that. Here we go with a ring of foliage and blossoms. These orchids are going to be so pretty to colour. I can just tell you're going to like go to town on them. And this is a bird of paradise flower. A butterfly, of course. I just love butterflies. So this one, the detail isn't too intricate, but it's still really pretty and ornate. So you can do some really beautiful effects with that one. A double page spread again. You see all that? I'm getting a bit of a shadow. So this one here. So I was trying to work out how to put my camera over the desk to do a bird's eye view, and I'll be completely honest, and the technicalities escaped me, so hence I'm holding this up. Here we go. Here's a little iguana. My friends keep sending me group messages on our feed and they're popping up. You'll have to stop it, guys. It's like blocking up my screen. I see you, Lindsay. So here is, yeah, the iguana and a few other little guys. Again, there's like loads of white space in this one so that you can add your own backgrounds or perhaps extra little bits of foliage, maybe some more butterflies. It's a cheeky little okapi hidden in there somewhere. And I really love these sort of bluebell blossoms falling down from the sky. And these leaves here, purposefully left them quite bold with not a lot of detail so that you could either add your own detail or just do loads of really cool blending. Evie is getting her dinner downstairs and she's screaming her head off. I take it the pumpkin risotto is not going down well. This page here is my little tiger in the foliage. He's got a wee bamboo border all around him, but then there's also space if you want to add more things. So maybe you could extend the jungle into this space here, or just do a really cool background. Happy little toucan. So these ones are a little bit like the images in Enchanted Forest. There's like an owl and a squirrel that have these sort of circular borders. So you can do a really cool effect on the inside here. Like some people do awesome like night skies and things. I've seen an owl like that. Or you can just fill up all the space down the edge. Here is a symmetrical motif. I love these ones. So you can either do the same colours on both sides or make it completely different. And there's some nice white space as well if you want to do a background, or equally leave it white. Sometimes just a big bold blast of colour in the middle is really pretty when you have it offset against a white background. And this side is another symmetrical one, a little bit more leafy. I like these flowers here as well. So the paper this is printed on, as you'll see, is the same weight as Secret Garden and Enchanted Forest, but it's an ivory paper, so not white like Lost Ocean, but a very specific paper that we've actually had specially made for the colouring books, and the paper producer has called it Johanna Basford paper. So, you know, I think some people wait to get a star named after them or a rose. I have a paper named after me, so, you know, life goals. And I'm really chuffed, and this paper is so beautiful to colour on. I've been colouring in a copy that we're going to have photographed in a couple of weeks, and it's just beautiful. It's got a really nice tooth, and the ivory isn't so cream that it affects your colours, but it's just pale enough that, you know, it's still like a really nice neutral background, but it's not the stark white that I know some of you struggled with. So another double page spread. Sorry, I'm waving my book around here. And then up close, a bit more foliage. We tried to get lots of different leaf shapes and varieties in there. Some with a bit more pattern, and some just left a little bit more sparse. So you can colour these any which way you like. You can either go on the internet or maybe get a botanical reference book and colour them really true to life, or just make the colours up. That's what I prefer to do. So don't worry about your green pencils running out. You can have a purple magical jungle, a pink magical jungle, anything you want. So I love heart. I like a heart in all the books. This is the one for Magical Jungle. Really pretty tropical flowers. This would make a nice coloured in picture for somebody on Valentine's Day. And alongside it, a little butterfly in a border. It's really sunny outside. I'm hoping that's not affecting how you can see it. Let me know if you can't see this, just watching your comments. I think it's okay. So this is another double page spread. It's one of my symmetrical sort of flipped patterns. So it's the same on both sides. A bit more of a, oh, there you go. So there's things hidden in this one as well. You'll maybe be able to spot them. I can't even see them just now. Oh yeah, I can. At the end of the book, it takes 3 of us to check where all the hidden things are, because I always forget despite making notes as I go along. Here's my little panda. Now I posted a work in progress picture of him weeks and weeks ago, maybe months, and some people thought he was a little bit skinny looking, so he's been on an intensive bamboo eating plan and has got pleasantly plump. And he has this nice little bamboo border as well, with lots of white space, so you can really go to town on that. Either fill that up with botanicals and loads of leafy foliage, or put in something a bit more abstract, or maybe just fill it with butterflies and hoverflies. A crazy, crazy detailed pattern for you. This page is like the ultimate colouring challenge. Some people absolutely love it, other people think I'm going to leave this page to last. It's going to take a lot of concentration. So here are a whole bunch of teeny tiny leaves. There's a page like this in Lost Ocean, and the images that I see are just incredible. Like, I don't know how you have the patience or the steady hand to do some of the effects that you do on those pages. Here we go. This is actually the image that's used on those white on, well, the flaps right at the start of the book. So it is actually a repeat pattern. You can kind of see here because this is the same blossom popping up. And there's white space at the top. So the idea was this was the jungle growing up from the bottom, and it got sort of looser at the top, and you could either continue drawing in your own things or do like a really cool sky effect right at the top there, or add in more bits and pieces like butterflies and birds. My iguana, I love him. Not my iguana, chameleon, my chameleon. So I really like drawing these little animals, and chameleon is such a special reptile for the colouring community because he sort of represents all our changing colours. So this will be our little, I think, magical jungle spirit animal. And here's a little gecko guy. we have another double page spread, and this time instead of the forest growing up from the bottom, this is the forest canopy, the jungle growing down from the roof. So you can either leave this bit blank or fill it up with more botanicals growing up the way to meet them, or maybe there's some animals prowling about in there. Somebody's just asked, when is this book out? August. It's out in August. You can pre-order it just now though. And then it's so, like, I'm such a bad multitasker. I just want to sit and read all your comments, but I'll focus on the task at hand. So here's a little lemur with a little lemur baby on the back in amongst some forest. This one always reminds me of Evie. This is like where she would permanently be if she had the opportunity. She's not a good walker and she won't go in a buggy. She just permanently wants a piggyback. And here we go with another little tree, big magical jungle tree with some vines and things growing down. Another double page spread. I like this one very much. Oh, sorry, I'm all wobbling about. So this one is the jungle canopy with lots of vines and creepers coming down from the roof, with all these little guys holding on tight for dear life, swinging about, having a lark. And again, some really big leaf shapes here with not too much detail so that you can go to town. Sorry folks, my connection just dropped out. We live in the country in the middle of nowhere and the Wi-Fi can be a bit patchy. So if that happens again, bear with me. I won't go anywhere, I'll just do it again. Well, not do it again, I'll just keep going. So here's another little botanical sort of geometric kind of base design. A pineapple pattern. You know, we couldn't do a tropical book without some tropical plants in there, so there you go, some nice tropical fruit. Here's the skull that we have in every book. So this little guy is hiding out in amongst all the jungle foliage. Don't know what's happened to him, maybe been eaten by a tiger or something. Here's the jungle nymph in a nice little leafy border. This is a nice big double page spread with very, not simple leaf shapes, but with leaf shapes with lots of space. So if you want to go to town and try some maybe watercolour blended pencils with not a lot of water, remember, just use that very sparingly, otherwise the paper will buckle. But you can try all those good techniques out on that page. Here we go with another double page spread. This one has the jungle growing up from the bottom and falling down from the top. Some bigger floral shapes and some empty background as well, so you can decide what you do in there. Here's one of those trees that have like the crazy roots that you can climb in and become all twisted and gnarled. Big leaves, somebody just commented. Yay! Here's another ribbon design. So this one starts on this side and it's like lily pads. It morphs into this little pond with a happy hippo floating about in it, having a swim and a paddle. And then we go into this more sort of piranha-filled pond on the other side. Again, lots of white space, so you can go to town. Here is my magical jungle treehouse. I really like this page. I would like to go on holiday there. And another spherical design. So this one is based on like a lily pond, and I've left some white space in case you want to make this like blue like the water, or try doing some rippled effects, a little bit of reflection work. We'll maybe do some tutorials on the different things that you can do in the white space on this one. I think it could be so pretty. Everyone's liking the hippo, I'm glad. So here's another double page spread. Told you there were lots. Oh, there's a tractor outside now. It's going to be nice and noisy. Welcome to living in the country. I might have to shut the window. We'll carry on. So this one is like an underwater scene in sort of like a mangrove swamp. So you can see the tree roots at the corners here, and then all the sort of piranha fish, a little turtle, some vines floating down, and I sort of imagined this bit being the water and this bit up here being foliage. Another ribbon design. Is it? No, it's not the ribbon design, sorry. This is two separate pieces, but we just put them on the page reflecting each other, so they're totally different. Another one that sort of shows a bit of movement, but with lots of nice white space. Oh yeah, so I remember now. This side is like the leafy botanical dragonfly side, and this side is the swampy lily pond fish side. Makes sense in my head. Here we go with another symmetrical design. A couple more little chameleons. A repeat pattern. A couple more elephants there for you to find. The patterns look beautiful coloured in. I always think they should be made into gift wrap. This is actually a double page spread. Oh, what is that? Shadow. I think it's like my plant. Never mind. But I've got a badly placed pot plant. So there you go. A bit more sort of stylized florals and botanicals. We have a sphere. I'm just trying to see if the shadow is gonna... I'm just gonna quickly shut a blind. Sorry, this is so unprofessional. 2 seconds, everyone. I think this might be better. There we go. I need to get an assistant. And here's a little elephant trapped in a magical jungle bottle. I like the idea of ships and bottles, and I thought it's not going to harm anyone, we'll put an elephant in the bottle instead. Here's my Birds of Paradise themed double page spread. Here's this little guy. Lots of foliage coming top and bottom, and he's sitting on this branch that's sort of entwined with lots of different foliage and bits and pieces and vines. A couple of little chums for him there. A parrot sphere. This one is a 4-way symmetrical piece, so you could either do it all in the same colour palette, or maybe do each of the birds and their surrounding area in a different colour palette. You could do some really cool things with that. And a butterfly in amongst some florals. Tropical butterflies are stunning. A big floral double page spread. So there's a close-up so you can get an idea of the scale, start planning what you're going to do. All your blending techniques. Maybe a little bit of pastel work with pen overlay. Lots of space there to get stuck in. Here is another ribbony type double page spread. Here we go. Just take you on a little journey. You can see all the florals. There you go. This one here is a bit of a sort of thicker ring of foliage and things, a bit like a Christmas wreath that you'd have on your door, I guess, but just full of tropical flowers. And a tiger. Looking forward to seeing him. I think I can imagine that people are going to do some amazing blended techniques for him. Okay, another double page spread. Told you there was lots in this book. There's just so much to fit in a jungle, so double page spreads seem to work really well. There you go, a bit more foliage, some cheeky chappies hiding in there. And a snake. My little sister hates snakes, she'll have to skip this page. And there we go, so right at the back, you've then got the key to the magical jungle, which shows you where everything's hidden. I'm not going to make too much of a fuss of these pages because, you know, I won't give the game away, but it is there if you want to cheat. Here we have something brand new, the colour palette test page. So on this page you can test your pens to see if they're going to bleed through. You can work out the colour palettes that you want to use. I would always advise checking your pens and pencils on the same colour paper that you're going to colour on. So there's not really much point doing a colour panel test like on a sheet of white spare paper because the colours are going to look different on the ivory paper. So here's a page where you can do all your scribbling and work everything out. And here at the back we have something super special. So there are 4 designs at the back like this. This is a big sphere. This is actually one that I've used on some postcards that I'm going to be sending out. And on the back, it's just got this really faint little pattern because these 4 pages at the back are perforated. So after you've coloured in your picture, you can remove it, or you could remove it first, and you can use anything that you want on it because the paper's not going to bleed through because there's no design on the reverse. I still wouldn't use watercolour. I think you really need super absorbent cartridge paper to do paint on, but watercolour pencils will be okay. And you can then frame the picture or shade it, and you don't need to worry about losing anything on the reverse. So there's 4 of those. There's a sphere, this little elephant. I love him. Again, my friend Lizzie will be very excited. And then a kind of more stylized square design. I'll give you a little close up. There you go. And my lovely flamingos. I love this page. I have to admit, I just pick my favourites to put in the back here so that you could pull them out and share them and frame them. And then right at the back we have a little bit of information about Lost Ocean and that design that you'll remember from the front flaps. And then there we go, right at the back. Same cover as the front, just with this gap with a little bit of information on it. So that's everything, and that is Magical Jungle and not Lost Ocean, as I seem to think at the start. This book is out, I think it's 6th of August worldwide. I need to check. It's that week. It's the 2nd week in August. But you can pre-order now, and I'm going to be over in New York seeing the lovely team at Penguin there and dropping in a few places to say hi to folks. And then we'll be zooming back to London and doing the UK launch as well. So thank you so much for watching. This has actually been less catastrophe ridden than I thought it would be. And yeah, we'll do more again soon. We're planning on doing some colouring tutorials live, which, you know, has got a danger aspect to it. You'll see just how much I go over the lines, and, you know, when Evie runs in and demands to sit on my knee and has to help. But I think it's going to be a really cool way for me to open up the studio and share my world with you. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you girls for stopping messaging me when I asked you to. That was really good. I'll hop on now and just say hi and catch up on all the chat. But thank you too, and thank you Mum, because I know you will be at home watching, you crazy Facebook fan. So thanks everybody, have fun, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.